This is Kit Guru with Gigabyte at CES 2024 in a very noisy room, but thankfully they've stopped the music, so it's all good. This range of products in white, for most companies, not a big deal. Deepcool, for example, they have loads of white products. Gigabyte, it's new to them. So, for example, motherboards. Now, we've actually seen these. I have indeed reviewed the Z790 Aorus Pro X, and we like it. But the fact is it's white, and it has a white PCB. And hurrah for that. Also to the right, we have a white graphics card and a white power supply. They only have the single model, 850 watt. That's how new Gigabyte is to the white components business. Along here, we have two AIOs, both new. This is the Aorus Waterforce X2 360 ICE. This doesn't have the X, Aorus Waterforce 2 360 ICE. Similar but different, sadly not running, so we can't see that difference. So this has an LCD that can be rotated in software. This, and you barely believe the sound, you rotate it in hardware. Also these fans, magnets. These fans, no magnets, you clip them together. So two AIOs that look very similar, but they're not. And a build that uses those white components and looks very smart. Quite why it took Gigabyte so long to get with the cause, we don't understand, but well done Gigabyte, you've arrived. Walking past a very smart workstation built by System 76. Sadly, the case is closed, so we can't look inside. Pity that, it looks good. Another PC, and we arrive at laptops. And we have the Aorus 16X, a 2024 model, so i9HX, the brand new processor, WindForce Infinity cooling, 40 series graphics. What, you may wonder, is WindForce Infinity? Good question. Happily, here we have an example of the WindForce Infinity. In other words, heat pipes and fans, lots of them. It's actually quite a cut-down skeletal looking system to me. But if you can cool an HX, it's obviously doing a good job. The Aorus 15 laptop here has a 13th Gen i7H series, so quite an old processor, but an up-to-date 40 series graphics card. So a bit of a hybrid laptop. And this is mildly amusing. The Aorus 15 2024, the product card tells us about the 40 series graphics and the 15.6-inch Quad HD panel, 165Hz refresh. That all sounds good. WindForce Infinity cooling, doesn't mention the processor. So we've had a little look. And funnily enough, it's a bang up-to-date Core Ultra 9 185H. Why it's not on the product card, I don't know. Has to be an oversight, doesn't it? The screen looks really good. We have a variety of components, this time in black, most of them familiar, so the Z790 Aorus Extreme X motherboard and an RTX 4090 master graphics card, 1200 watt power supply, Gen 4 SSD, and here we have some memory rated at a mere 6000 mega transfers. Here in the corner is that same Aorus Waterforce X2 360, again sadly not running, so we can't see the screen or the fans. This is a brand new AIO and apparently quite an important product to Gigabyte. Power supplies, Gigabyte currently tops out at 1300 watts. They're going to go to 1600 watts. However, we notice these are ATX3 and we've seen no mention of ATX 3.1. Think back to our coverage of MSI. Here at Gigabyte, they have two super graphics cards. MSI had a table of the things. On the left, we have a 4070 Super, and on the right, we have a 4070 Ti Super. Gigabyte does 5 separate families of graphics card depending on the cooler and the form factor, and obviously they'll also do 4080 Supers, so this is just the mere start of greater things. Let's have a scamper along the displays. The M32UC is a 4K VA panel, 32 inches on the diagonal, 144Hz refresh, but you can push it to 160. The FO27Q3, 27 inches as the name suggests, OLED 360Hz. This, by definition, is one for those shoot-'em-up gamers. The FO32U2P, that's 4K OLED, 240Hz refresh. That looks like a contender for your workstation. The MO34WQC2, So this is 3440 by 1440 or WQHD, OLED 240 Hz. Looks rather good, but it's not as impressive as the CO49DQ, 49 inches on the diagonal, 32:9 aspect, 5120 by 1440, and DQHD resolution. How bizarre is that? OLED display, 144 Hz refresh. It's going to take a big desk to accommodate this monitor, but by goodness, it looks interesting. And I'm going to sign off in front of these laptops because it's a quiet part of the room and the laptops aren't howling away. We've been with Gigabyte at CES 2024. Remember to read our news and reviews at kitguru.net, and don't forget to check out our TikTok.